everybody, my name is Jing, and I'm going to be breaking down the best anime on Netflix. I mean, this is the best of the best, okay? And I'm anime senpai, so whatever I say, that goes, and that means it's definitely absolutely the best. I'm joking. Obviously, some people are going to disagree with me, but I thought that I should just put my personal favorites on there, and hopefully this will garner some fun conversation. So this is the best anime on Netflix according to Jacki. And if you are new to my channel, please follow, subscribe, all that jazz. Hit that little notification bell so you can see when my videos come up. I have really good graphics, so here you go. Jacki, everybody. I'm on all the different social media platforms, like TikTok to Twitch, whatever. So, just a big geek, and I do, like, trailer reactions, but we're in quarantine, man, so I was like, I should just start, like, shooting about anything. So, anyway, let's get to the list, and this ain't gonna be fancy, y'all. Like, this is, like, podcast style. Like, I'm just, there's no visuals. I'm just gonna say it, and, like, y'all gotta, like, roll with me here. So this could end up being 20 minutes long, but I'm hoping not, so I better get to it. Okay, so, I literally just, like, looked on Netflix, and they have a pretty decent selection. I'll be honest, there are other streaming platforms that have a straight-up much better selection. But most people have Netflix, so this is going to be, for a lot of people, their easiest access to anime. So that's why I'm like, I need to make a list so people who want to get into this, like, here you go. Okay, so at number 10, I put Agretzko, and Agretzko is fantastic. Oh, shoot. I'm sorry. Y'all know how I am. We ain't the most professional here. We'll be putting that on silent now. So these are the reasons why I love Agretzko. One, the protagonist is, she's in her 20s. She's trying to figure out herself, and, she's grappling with balance. Like, sometimes she's not outspoken enough. Sometimes she's dealing with some major rage issues internally, and, she's got to, like, figure it out, and you kind of are, like, rooting for her. You're like, what's going to happen to this girl? And then it's just hysterical. Like, it is so funny because she's just awkward, man. Like, we know what it's like to be, like, in your 20s trying to work through stuff. And so it's just, the awkwardness is great, and then her just, like, little metal riffs where she gets angry, and then she's like, beep everything, I hate this. And you're just like, how can I not love this show? Another positive, the episodes are hella short. I mean, anime episodes are already short as they are, or they're already short as, anyway, you know what I mean. They're already short, but these are so short that it's so digestible, and I'm a gamer. Like, I like to have stuff on in the background. It's the perfect show to have on in the background. So that's my number 10. For number 9, I can't read my own handwriting. It's okay. Soul Eater. And I haven't watched Soul Eater for a few years, I'll be completely honest. But what I remember loving about this anime and why it is really stuck with me is that, one, the protagonist, she's dope as fuck. Oh, sorry, can I say the F word on YouTube? Yeah, we're fine. Okay, she's dope. And she has, like, this scythe, and she's, like, kind of, like, punk rock and gothic looking, and she's just, like, this little badass. Like, in anime, sometimes we tend to not see female characters, like, get a lot of credit, or they're just kind of, like, a bumbling idiot. There's a lot of very powerful female anime characters, so, I mean, mad respect for them, but she's one of the female protagonists that, like, I just, like, jived with. I felt like she wasn't, like, obnoxiously tsundere. She was a leader, and she just had a badass weapon, and I loved that protagonist so much. And also, like, their professor was, like, this weird ghosty dude, and I thought he was strangely, like, dark and, like, comical relief. And then also, this anime is about, like, them dealing with death in so many ways, and it's such a, like, hard topic, but it would be funny but also heavy at the same time. So Soul Eater, number 9, y'all. All right, what do we got at 8? Oh, Attack on Titan. You know what? Attack on Titan might seem low on here, and the only reason why Attack on Titan is number 8 is because there was season 2 and 3 really were a struggle for me. I'm just being real. Like, that was a hard struggle for me. Like, I got bad ADD. Season 1, right off the bat, I was like, in your face, in love with this show. It was wild. Like, I was like, what just happened? What's going on in this world? What are these crazy, like, naked or people who are like children? What is happening? Like, what, like, giant people? What is happening? Like, I was so hooked. And then the action and the animation, like, them just, like, flying around, like, grappling and stuff like that. Like, I was like, oh my God. It was dark and gory and violent and had political intrigue. Like, I was sold. But I put it down lower on the list because it gets a little bit slow at parts. Like, I'm just being real. It gets a little bit slow at parts. But man, it makes up for it. It makes up for it in other parts too. So that's why it's at number 8. Number 7 is Code Geass. If you haven't seen Code Geass, why? This is like one of those anime that I feel like you have to see. Lelouch is one of those protagonists that, like, I know a lot of people found him relatable. Never. I was just like, why? Why though? Why are you like this? And he's got a dark past, and that's why he is. And I'm not going into spoilers here, folks. So, you're going to see just the darkness of this protagonist and, like, what he is willing to do to achieve his goals. And it is messed up. It is messed up. All I'm going to say is Euphemia. That's all I'm going to say because I don't want to spoil anything. My heart was, like, ripped out of my, like, chest cavity. It was like, when I watched that, I was just like, oh my gosh. So I hope that heaviness, like, when I'm relating to you, you can tell, like, how much of an impact that anime had on me. Because I just think that this isn't ruining anything here, but it just shows that what happens to a person when they're given a lot of power, and what happens with him is crazy. Add into all that, awesome mecha, really cool animation. They're a little skinny, like, the characters were, like, really lanky, but I mean, like, otherwise I thought they were gorgeous. Like, it was a really fun animation. So Code Geass, number 7. All right, number 6, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Man, I grappled with this one. I'm putting it in my top 5. Edward, he is just a great protagonist. He and his brother, Alphonse, they find themselves in a really bad situation. And again, I don't want to ruin anything for you, but what these brothers do to overcome challenges, like, will just give you so much hope, and it just has so much heart. And they see some really messed up things along their journey. And of course, like, also, like, the whole thing I love about this is, like, there's a lot of, like, daddy issues in this one. And so, like, I always love a psychological element. So you're, like, seeing them resolve a lot of internal stuff while being action-packed and involving, like, it's alchemy and obviously Full Metal Alchemist, but which is, like, cool sorcery, magical stuff. And then there's action too, like Roy Mustang and, like, some of the other alchemists. They, like, can do some really badass stuff. And so for me, this one has an emotional story, fantastic characters, solid pacing, the right amount of comedy and darkness. Didn't quite make my top 5, but it is hard at number 6. What made my top 5? Okay, here we go, guys. We're at 10 minutes. Okay, so I hope I'm not rambling too much. Yeah, I am. Okay, so here we go. I put Beastars at number 5. And Beastars is brand new. And damn, that show was like a slap in the face to me. Like, I was like, I have not seen anime like this in such a long time. I was just blown away. First of all, okay, people got an issue with it because they're like, oh my god, it's like furries. This is so weird. I can't deal with it because they're, like, animals and they're doing human stuff and like there's some sexual stuff in there, and I'm just like, okay guys, like just pump the brakes. You're watching anime, it transports you to weird worlds. We just talked about Attack on Titan where there's like giant people running around acting like babies. Like it's, you know, I mean, like come on, we can transport ourselves to a world where humans or whatever, like the people, the creatures, they are part human, part animal. Like we can do it, okay? Like get over that. That's, sorry, I ain't trying to be harsh, but like for real. And the story is so poignant. You see how all of these different characters are dealing with their own self-esteem issues and their own self-image issues, like how poorly they view themselves or how inaccurately they view themselves. And you're just like, it hits you so hard because we're all so hard on ourselves, right? And we don't feel like we fit in, even no matter, maybe there's some crazy people out there who eventually feel like they fit in, but it's like, for me, it's like, I never feel like I fit in. I'm always like, oh God, what am I doing? You know? And so it was like really beautiful to see all of their different struggles with that. And so you can kind of relate to all of them. So it's just, this one emotionally might be one of my favorites because there's some heavy stuff on here, which I'm about to get to in my top 5. Because y'all know I like the heavy. I like shonen, like, you know what I mean? And not like, you know, Naruto and Bleach, they're great. But like, I like, we need almost like seinen. I hope I'm saying that right. Seinen? Anyways, you know what I'm talking about. It's like for teenagers. God, I'm going to Google that. Sorry, we're digressing here. We ain't editing this either because, you know, I don't got the time for it. Seinen? Seinen. Manga marketed toward young adult men. That is it. Seinen pronunciation. That sounds like semen, and it's kind of bothering me. Patience.
Seinen.
Said it right. Okay, sorry. So we just had a little tangent there. That was the intermission before we got to the top 5. Oh, God. Now Netflix is on. Okay, so... so Beastars, the story, man, 100%. Like, the story is great. The characters are lovable, and just so relatable. So relatable. So Beastars for me is in my top 5. Okay, so now for top 4. I put Death Note in my top 4. And to be honest, I watched Death Note and Code Geass at the same time. They came out roughly like 10 years ago. And, damn, more than 10 years ago, possibly. Anyway, it was a while ago. And I remember watching both of them pretty in close proximity, and I was like, what the hell? These are the same story. This is about 2 a-holes who got a lot of power, and they're a-holes. I'm like, why am I watching this? Because it's crazy to watch what happens when a-holes get a lot of power, okay? And I just think that Death Note executed it a little bit better than Code Geass. Like, Code Geass went off the rails a little bit. There were times where I got a little bit bored with it. Death Note, I was enthralled the entire time, A to Z, and there is a darkness with Death Note that, like, you don't quite get with Code Geass. Like, Code Geass is dark. Death Note is, like, there's stuff where you're just like, ugh, whew. That made me take a step back for a second. I think that the characters are a little bit stronger in Death Note. I mean, the whole L versus Light rivalry is beyond epic because you just watch these 2 geniuses like kind of grappling with each other. And Code Geass, he had a lot of rivalries and companions and like people who could parallel to him, but it was nothing. It did not touch Light versus L. And again, you just watch this whole, you're just like, what's going to happen here? Like, what is this guy going to do? And you just cannot stop watching. I just think Death Note executed it a little bit better than Code Geass when it comes to what happens when you give someone way too much power. And it's frightening. It is frightening. It is frightening. So I'm going to leave you with that for Death Note. Okay. Number 3 is Kill la Kill. I love Kill la Kill. Okay, so there's a few reasons why I love Kill la Kill. Number 1, Satsuki. Number 2, Satsuki. Number 3, Satsuki. No, I'm kidding. But we got 2 bad asses as female protagonists. And okay, if you're like a guy and you're like, oh my god, a female protagonist, like this girl, she's just like all about that. Okay, this is for guys too, because it's got like, it's got a bunch of guy characters. They're also incredibly great fighters and awesome. And frankly, this is kind of like garnered towards guys, because have you seen the transformation scenes in here? Have you seen the transformation scenes? Have you? Go Google it. You're going to be like, oh my God, what is this? Is this hentai? No, but it's bordering it, because the transformation scenes are like a lot to be seen, to say the least. And I love them. Like, I was just like, this is taking like Sailor Moon to the absolute next level. Ooh, oh shoot. I just realized, is Magica Modica on Netflix flick still? Because if it is, oh man, is it on Netflix still? Because if it's on Netflix, I didn't put it in my top 5. Oh shoot. Oh no. Okay, we're gonna make it tied with Kill la Kill, because I don't know what to do, because I'm doing this like without editing it. So oh man, so Kill la Kill, awesome. Puella Magi Magica, believe I got that right. Oh man, no, it won't beat my 2-in-1. It won't be my 2-in-1. It definitely deserves to be tied at number 3 with Kill la Kill. It beats Kill la Kill, actually, because it has an insane heaviness to it. And that name is absolutely ridiculous, right? Magi, Magica, Puella, like, you're just like, what? And it just sounds like, okay, cutesy. And I remember when people were telling me to watch it, I'm like, that ain't my cup of tea, man. That ain't my cup of tea. Like, I like mecha, I like blood, I like gore. Like, that's my thing. And they were like, no, you're gonna love this. It's like this magical girl thing, and it's super dark. I was like, nah, magical girl. Like, I love Sailor Moon. I got a Sailor Moon tattoo, but like, we're over that, like, that's not really me anymore. Oh my God, I take it back. And I'm so sorry, anime gods, that I ever forsake such a wonderful anime, because, Madoka is just mind-blowingly good. It, first of all, animation is off the charts. Like, I haven't spoken too much about animation in here. Like, animation is off the charts for Madoka. I want to make sure I'm right here. The creator, is it Madoka? Magi Madoka. Sorry, you guys know I'm just like doing this on a whim. I just want to make sure that I get this right. Dang it. Yeah, it is. It's Gen Urobuchi. I wanted to make sure that I was right. It is Gen Urobuchi who wrote this. Who, if you don't know who Gen Urobuchi is, go watch his anime. Like, go watch his anime. It's great. And this is one of them. Gen Urobuchi just knows how to hit you like in the heartstrings, and he does not hold back. Like, there is no slow evolution or a gradual process of getting to the heavy points in this anime. Like, this anime, you walk in and it just beats you up. It's just like, nope, here you go, yeah, take it, okay, yeah. Like, it's dark, and the punches keep coming, and you're just like, I can't, like, I don't want this, like, I can't, but I can't stop watching, like, and it just keeps coming, and you're just like, dude, does this guy not have a limit on his mind? Like, why is he putting me through this right now? But in the end, you're just so moved, and you're just like, damn, like, this is a story about friendship and love and sacrifice and all the things a magical girl anime is about, but it is so damn good. So, okay, we got to put Monica at number 3. Okay, we're almost to 20 minutes. I'm so sorry, you guys. I've had a little couple digressions here. Okay, okay, so number 2 is Devilman Crybaby. Yeah. If you haven't seen it, I mean, I keep on saying that, but you need to watch Devilman Crybaby. I didn't know what I was signing up for when I first watched Devilman Crybaby. I saw it on Netflix. Knew that it was a adaptation of an older anime, and I was like, okay, cool, like, whatever. And buckle your seatbelt, folks, because I told you, Madoka came in hot, Devilman Crybaby comes in hot. And I said, Madoka like beat you up emotionally. You will be burned. You will be burnt to a crisp after Devilman Crybaby. It will just literally just it'll scar you. Like it is, I don't want to be heavy, but it's like, it is something that is, I remember I watched the finale and I just sat there like this, looking at my screen, just thinking for like probably a minute, like just looking, because I was just like, what just happened? And why is this world so cruel? And why did this story just flow together the way that it flowed together? Like it was incredible. It was crazy. So Devilman Crybaby, it's gonna, again, you're just gonna go through a roller coaster, man. Like visually, the animation is amazing. I love the animation. It's like a little bit more, it's not traditional by any means, and it's a little bit more abstract, and it's not as like, you know, Violet Evergarden. You're just like, oh, this is so pretty. Like it's a little bit more abstract, but I like it because the story is abstract. It's like very fitting for the story. And then man, you fall in love with the characters, and they end up, you end up feeling really bad. And then there's characters that you don't like so much, and you end up being like, damn, you a boy, man. Like you went out like that. And it's just like, I'm just telling you right now, buckle your seatbelt. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, number 1. 21 minutes, guys. Okay, so number 1 is Neon Genesis Evangelion. Zanku Goku na Tenshi no Yuni. If you don't know what that means, oh my gosh. Go look up the opening song of this anime. The opening song of this anime alone should make it number 1. Like, it just blows. See this little list I wrote that's, like, full of crap and, like, looks like crap? Yeah, like, the opening song just shot this one to number 1 alone. Like, because the opening song is that epic. But then, in addition to that, like, this anime, first of all, it came out a long time ago. And for an anime to stand the test of time the way that Neon Genesis Evangelion has is absolutely berserk. Also, the creator of Neon Genesis Evangelion is just like so damn smart. You're like, how did you create this world? How did you create these concepts? How did you create these characters? How did you create these connections? And how is this all brought together like in a masterpiece? A masterpiece. Like, how did you do this? And how did you help me when I was a young child, like, reckon with depression and anxiety and, like, feel decent about myself? Like, how did you do that? And then you had a bunch of people, the creator had a bunch of fans write into him and tell him that, like, he messed up the ending, which, by the way, I don't care what y'all think. The original ending, I think it's episodes 25 and 26 from the anime. That's the ending I want. I know he made movies. I know there's alternate endings. That's the ending I want. And the alternate ending movie, I think it's called like The End of Evangelion, like 2.0 or something like that. But it's good. It's just not the ending that I want. It's much heavier and very artistically blow you out of the water. But anyway, that Evangelion is my number 1 because it holds such a special place in my heart. 1, it was one of the anime that made me fall in love with anime. But 2, like, it helped me get through a dark time in my life. And 3, it's just off the chain. Also, I am Masato Katsuragi. If you don't know who Masato Katsuragi is, Google her. She is just the baddest. Like, I love her so much. And she did make out with somebody in the weird alternate ending video. But again, like I said, like, I don't think that should count for anything. But again, that's just my humble opinion. So anyway, okay, we are at 23 minutes. But yeah, I hope you all are staying safe in quarantine and you enjoyed my little top 10 video. The best anime on Netflix, according to jackijing. Throw that list away now. Yeah, and please tell me, like, what type of content you guys want to see, because, like, I was doing trailer reactions, obviously, because Hollywood is shut down right now. There's not really much to react to, you know what I mean? And I want to keep on talking about things I love, because I'm a huge nerd, so tell me what you guys want to see. So, all right, bye!